There are 10 reading standards for literature and 10 reading standards for informational text. In addition, there are 6 standards for foundational skills such as fluency, reading with purpose, and reading accurately. The standards build upon one another from grade level to grade level, so the standards from 3rd grade to 4th grade to 5th grade are very similar. When students are reading text and novels this year, they will be reading in a Lexile range from 740 to 1010. This is a suggested band for 4th and 5th grade students. More information on specific standards can be found on my website. Some of the resources that we will be using this year for reading are Storyworks magazine, which has both fiction and nonfiction articles that are of high interest to kids. The stories fall in that 680 to 1010 Lexile band, so it's very appropriate for 4th and 5th grade students. In addition, students will be reading novels at their independent reading level. This is determined by various reading assessments that we do throughout the year. And finally, we'll be using various other resources from the internet where students can practice their skills. In language arts, we will be utilizing a writer's notebook for students to practice authentic writing. The goal is for students to apply the skills that we teach into their writing. For example, we do not want students just to be able to recognize similes and metaphors and compound sentences, but we want them to be able to apply it into their everyday writing. Students will be practicing pretty much daily with rough drafts, but then we will have them turn the rough drafts into 2 final pieces during the quarter. In addition, we will practice writing essays in response to the articles that we read from reading. Storyworks has a lot of prompts and responses that students can use to help with their writing. There are 3 types of writing that we'll be working on this year: informational, opinion, and narrative. The students are responsible for producing 4 paragraphs for 4th grade. In 5th grade, it is 5 paragraphs. The essays must include an introduction where they state their subject, what they're claiming about their subject, and what points of support they plan to discuss in their essay. They have to produce 2 to 3 paragraphs in the body and use details to support the main ideas. When writing in response to an article, the students must use evidence from the article to support the main idea. Finally, the students need to have a conclusion where they are restating their claim in a new way. Students are going to be expected to respond to readings in something called constructed response format. This is basically a paragraph response. I teach the students to follow something called the WRAP format. They have to restate part of the question in their answer. They have to answer the question completely, prove their answer with details from the text, and then finally proofread their answer. When students restate the question, they're taking part of what is asked and putting that into their answer. Students must make sure that they answer the questions completely. For example, if the question says some reasons, they need to make sure they are listing more than one answer. In addition, if it's a 2-part question, they have to make sure that they are answering all parts of the question. It is not enough just to answer the question, but students need to prove their answer with details from the text. They need to cite 2 specific examples from the text. If they are quoting from the text, they need to make sure that they're using quotation marks. Finally, students need to proofread their answer. They're expected to write in complete sentences with punctuation and correct capitalization. They need to make sure they have correct subject-verb agreement and that they are spelling words that are in the question or in the text correctly. Thank you so much for watching this presentation. For further information about standards or for practice opportunities for your child, please visit my website, mrwclass.weebly.com. Information about classroom procedures and the classroom behavior plan is located under the Classroom Management tab. Thank you.